Welcome guys to the HTML and CSS tutorial series. In previous tutorial series we have worked with introduction to CSS, ID and class selector. I hope you have watched all the previous tutorial series of HTML and CSS. In this tutorial series I am going to start with box model in CSS. Now this is very important concept in CSS to understand, as well as this is every time you require it while developing your web pages. So quickly I will open the browser and I will explain what is box model. Currently I have just taken one sample division and some paragraph inside it that I have written. I will quickly open the developer tool. So I'll go to the more tools and developer tools. At the right hand side, if you check this particular thing, this is your box model in CSS. So consider the outermost border is your screen. Whatever the spacing that you want of your division, of your paragraph, any HTML element, that can be set with the help of margin. So if I select this, if you check, it will select the area, it will highlight the area at this location. If I check, if I select this, it will tell you this is the area of margin. So you want spacing from top, you want spacing from right, you want spacing from bottom, or you want spacing from left hand side. You can manage it by using margin. So margin is what? The spacing around your element. Okay. After that, next point is border. So I want to set the border for a particular element. So it may be division, it may be paragraph, even it may be a button. So for any element you can set the border. Okay. And the next one is what? Padding. So padding says the spacing between border and the text. Okay, that is called as padding. Okay, so quickly we'll implement this by using practical. So I'll just quickly close this. Now I'll open brackets editor. Okay, now this is the simple division we have taken. I have added some content inside it. I am going to use internal CSS for the same. So for internal CSS we will be using style attribute. Okay, so inside the style attribute, now here we will take a div as an element selector and I will apply the CSS. Okay, now as I have said, first is margin. So margin is what? The space around your container. So if I use margin attribute, it has 4 properties. Now how you will remember those properties? So it will be like a clock. So 12, 3, 6 and 9, right? So we can say clockwise you can set the values. These are the not actual values I'm saying. So that can be replaced as top value, right value, bottom value and left value. So T means top, R means right, B means bottom, L means left side. So how much space you want from all these sides, that can be specified in margin. For example, from the top I want 10 pixel, from the right hand side I want 20 pixel, from bottom I want 50 pixel, from left side I will keep the 20 pixel same. So if I save the changes, if I check output, now you will see there is a spacing from the top, from the right side. There is no any content at bottom, so we won't see any spacing, but obviously when we add any another content, it will add that much of spacing, that is 50 pixel, and again from left side it is 20 pixels. Okay, so you can adjust the spacing around your container by using margins. Okay, now this is one way to write your margin. Another way is you can specify the two values. For example, now quickly I will comment out this. Now if I set margin and the value is 10 pixel and 20 pixel, save the changes, check the output. What you will see? 10 pixel from top and bottom, 20 pixel from left and right. So it will set value for means first value will be applicable for top and bottom, second value will be applicable for right and left. Okay, so in this way also you can specify two values for a margin, so it will considered for top bottom and left right. Similarly, if you want equal spacing from all the sides, you can specify a single value. For example, I want 30 pixel from all the sides. Okay, you can specify the single value, so it will consider this value is same for all. So if I save the changes and look into the browser, if I refresh the page, now if you check, there is a 30 pixel spacing from all the sides. Okay, so these are the three different ways that you can write margin and you can specify spacing, right? Now for time being I will be using this spacing. Okay, now second is I want to apply border, so I will say border. Now for a border we have to specify three parameters. First parameter is width of the border, so in this case I will say 2 pixel. Then second parameter will be the type of border, so I will specify suppose solid is the type, and third will be the color of your border, so by default it is black. If you want to change the color, for example I want to set it like blue, so I can write the color name. Now if I save the changes, if you open the browser quickly, so you will get this blue color border to your division. Okay, so this is the way that you can specify border. Another way, there are another way, like we can say instead of solid I can use dash line bordered. Okay, so you'll get such kind of borders. Okay, so there are 6 to 7 borders are available. Based on your requirement you can add it. Most of the times we'll prefer this, or we won't specify any border. So if you want to specify, you can specify this solid as a border, so you'll get this output. Okay, and the third property is padding. Okay, now I will add padding. Now as we have taken example for margin, the parameters for padding are also same: top value, right value, bottom value, and the left value. So what we want is, I want spacing from the top, means border and the text spacing, right side border and text spacing, similarly bottom side border and spacing. So if I want to manage the spacing, you can use padding. Now in this case, if I use 20 pixel from all the sides, because I have set a single value, that means what, I want to keep 20 pixels from all the sides. Now if I save the changes, if you refresh it, now you will see the spacing from top, from right, from bottom, and from the left is 20 pixels. Okay, if you want to keep different, you can keep it. For example, if I say 20 pixel, two values I am specifying, that means what, this is for top and bottom, this is for left and right. So if you check, this the output is different. Similarly, you can specify four values as well. Again I will say 20 pixel and 15 pixel from the left hand side, and save the changes, so we'll see that much of spacing from all the individual sides as well. Okay, so these are the three important properties that we are using in box model in CSS. So you always required this, so I hope you have understood these three properties and its mechanism. In next tutorial series we are going to design a simple page by applying CSS. So please watch the next series. Thank you so much.